Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to ETS2 Season 2 Part 2 all the twos of our trip northbound somewhere in Sweden. Right at the Circle K, just finished fueling up here. Start up the engine, and I am testing something different as promised. I am testing different force feedback settings. So in the previous episode I shared my force feedback setting, which is this one. You can pause the video here. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, 3 regions on how that was implemented. That was basically using the centering spring setting in the wheel software you're using, and then using the force feedback plugin. But this time I'm trying something different. I still have the 20% centering spring from the Logitech gaming software, but this time I'm using the default force feedback settings. So just go to your controls, turn on FFB, and go and pick the default setting. So let me show you actually, just so we are crystal clear. So I set 20% centering spring. That's outside the game. That's within your steering wheel software. And then I enable this one, just reset to default, and that's it. Yeah, that's the one I'm using. So no fuss, just as basic as it gets, and we'll see how we like it, if you like it or not, and if you like it better than the previous combination we tried, the one with the FFB plugin. Because theoretically this in-game force feedback should have more, like, how do you say, variables. It should know more about the things happening in your truck, so it should ideally give a better feedback on the wheel. But we'll see if that really is true. Maybe we'll have to bump into someone for science just to see how it works. But yeah, so far it does feel a bit lighter than when I have the force feedback plugin. Yeah, this definitely feels lighter. Might have to tweak it a bit more, but well, we'll give it more chance, give it a bit more time. Yeah, once you start getting speed, it starts getting more loose, or actually it starts getting stiffer. So it's a bit harder to turn, just a tad, but it does feel nice. So it's not bad at all actually. I'll give it this entire trip to see which we like better. And then if you guys have your own wheel and have your own settings like that, if you'd like, join me in this experiment, and then let me know in the comments which one you like better. Centering spring plus in-game, or centering spring plus FFB plugin. Now do take note, the FFB plugin I used in the previous episode, that's only available if you have a Logitech wheel. So if you have a Thrustmaster wheel, then you are going with the default FFB anyway, the in-game FFB, and then you can tweak the values there. But yeah, this one is a bit light. Not a huge fan of it. Yeah, at this point here, super light. You can see the wheel, how fast it turns, how without effort, how without resistance that turns. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. So far, with this combination, definitely the FFB plugin is winning in my books. So I think if nothing changes, I will go back to that setting for the future episodes. So still, FFB plugin still wins hands down for me. With my wheel, with my preference, just has the right sensations in there. So maybe SCS needs to continue tweaking. Yeah, and I can imagine it's hard, because you can, if we try and think of this from their point of view. So SCS, they have their in-game force feedback, right? They have their own implementation. And this implementation has to be compatible with all kinds of wheels. Logitech, Thrustmaster, old models, new models, other brands as well. So it has to be compatible with all. That's why there are so many settings, because you really have to tweak it depending on what you're using, because they will have different sensations. So what SCS did, what SCS implemented, is to have something that is compatible for everything, that can work with everything. Yes. But the downside of that is it's not really fine-tuned for anything. It's more of like a jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing, right? So it's compatible with all, but it's not optimal with any until you fine-tune it yourself. That's how I would phrase it. Man, that's a beautiful sunset, huh? Yeah. On the other hand, the force feedback plugin, the one I prefer, is actually built specifically, I think, for the G27 or G25, one of those. I think for the G27. So the creator, the original creator of the plugin, I think it was Suprik from back in 2017 or maybe even earlier. Slow down. Get some retarder action. I should actually be in the left lane, but we're a truck. I think they can let us go. Let's stay here in the right lane. We need the space anyway. There we go. Not bad, not too bad, but not as good. So yes, the default FFB, the in-game FFB, is compatible with all, but it's not optimal for all until you tweak it yourself. And the tweaking can get very tricky. I've been trying to tweak my wheel for the longest time, but still haven't found the magic combination. In comparison, this FFB plugin made by Suprik is fine-tuned already for the Logitech G27, let's say. So the settings that come in when you download the FFB plugin, it already comes with those tweaks, those settings in place. It was fine-tuned already. And you can fine-tune it even more, but I mean, in my opinion, don't really need to, because it really feels good already. So that's why I think if you have a Logitech G27 or maybe even a G25, I think the FFB plugin route, centering spring plus FFB plugin combination is going to be perfect for you. Oh, and look at those lights. Goodness. It was raining hard here the other day in real life, and I was looking through the lamppost. It looked exactly like this with the foggy appearance. The foggy lights like so. Very nice, man. And I remember this mod, how amazing it was implemented. Anyway, going back to the FFB topic. So yes, the FFB plugin, I think, still wins hands down in my book. And I believe, who was that? Sorry, I forgot. But yes, we had some other viewers commenting that they were still liking the FFB plugin more. And if you have a G27 or a G25, then you probably are one of those. But if you have a G29, something newer, G920, maybe not so anymore. I'm not so sure. And if you have a Thrustmaster, it's not even applicable for you. So, but yes, it might be that it's highly likely, right? Because SCS actually has this like partnership with Thrustmaster. So I would imagine that their force feedback settings, their wheels in the office, their steering wheels that they use in the office are probably all Thrustmaster wheels. So when they're tweaking the force feedback, it's probably with those in mind. So if you have a Thrustmaster wheel, I would imagine maybe it is optimized. Maybe the in-game force feedback is optimized for you. But yeah, if you're a Logitech user like me, I think the force feedback hands down wins. Then again, your mileage may vary, your preferences may vary. So yes, please help me test it out and let me know in the comments which one you like better. But it is a fun little thing, and yes, I definitely agree. I've gotten comments through the weeks, through the months, as we have been going through this series, that I should take the time to tweak my force feedback settings, because it is a real make or break situation. It really is the biggest factor for immersion. That's what I always said. When you get your steering wheel, that is the biggest difference in the immersion factor. Everything just starts to feel real at that point. So yeah, if you get the chance, one falls within your budget, and you're really fond of truck sim, maybe even racing, but even if you're just playing truck sim, it's really worth it. Now so far, basing on the force feedback I felt from the centering spring combo and the FFB plugin, I don't actually have a craving to get a new wheel, because the force feedback I got there was so good and so believable that I have not really been like looking for a new wheel. I'm not like searching for a new one. So until that breaks, until this one I'm using brakes, I think I'm happy with it. That is super cool. Yeah, I got derailed, I guess you could say. I can't remember which version it was of Truck Sim. Was it 142 when they implemented the new FFB, the new in-game FFB? And I gave it a chance, and I was happy with it, more or less. But it kind of sidetracked me. I kind of forgot that there was this FFB plugin combo, and that I actually like that a lot better. So kind of my standards went down with the in-game FFB. But now it's back. So next episode, moving forward, we will be using the FFB combination that I like. Let me show you this one, because there's not much to see anyway, so let me just show you the settings again. These ones, yeah. Centering spring 20% in the software I'm using for my Logitech wheel. Then the FFB plugin, then turning off the in-game FFB. That combo is the perfect one for me. This one, not so bad, but not as good. Definitely not as good. Anyway, oh dang it, did I actually get speeding? Yeah, it's a bit tricky. The constant changes, I still can't get used to. Like, it's 80 in general, then it becomes 70, and it becomes 50. I get when it becomes 50. That's when you're entering a residential area. But when it switches from 80 to 70, excuse me, that is something that's always beyond me. That's weird. So yeah, maybe you guys can help me a bit with that. Yeah, like that one goes to 70 again. It's like it's the same, isn't it? Oh, it's 50. Okay, there's a city. Yeah, it's so weird, especially when it's night like this and you can't really see so much in front of you. You can see the signs ahead of time, and it suddenly just goes down to 70, and suddenly there's a speed radar in there. It's like, oh, too late. But yeah, I remember someone telling me something about it, like if it's a highway it's 80, then if it's I don't know, if it narrows down it's 70, but sometimes it's not even narrowing down, it's just going down to 70. So maybe I just have to keep my eyes peeled all the time. It's a bit tricky. Not as clear cut in here, it's 50 again, okay? I thought we could accelerate now. Oh, this is the city center. Oh, we're here already, I think. Yes, might be we are here. Because I saw the letters of the city that I cannot pronounce. SK something. But yes, it looked familiar. So we are probably here. How cold is it? -9 degrees. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it is night, so it is colder. Thankfully it's not snowing. And yes, I hear the reefer at the back starting and stopping. I mentioned more about that, the things I learned, thanks to Jacob. Thanks to your inputs, guys. I really like that. So now I can understand what's happening at the back. When the reefer stops, don't get worried right away. If it never starts again, then maybe it would be time to park on the side and check the trailer, the control panel and whatnot. There you go. Not too shabby. Yeah, I like it. So what I'm thinking is maybe that's one explanation. Going back to the FFB setting, I'm using the in-game FFB right now. Maybe the in-game FFB is overriding the centering spring that I set, because it feels so light here, almost nothing. It's highly likely, because there is also a setting which says allow games to override, allow applications to override the FFB setting, right? So maybe that's what the in-game FFB from SCS is doing. It's overriding everything. So basically, the centering spring is ignored. Could be. On the other hand, the FFB plugin doesn't really override that part. It kind of just adds on top of it. So maybe that's why that works. So you get the centering spring and the FFB plugin. Oh, my bad. No one saw nothing. It was too awkward to stop. Okay, it looks like we're here, but looks like the city is big. And looks like we are on the outskirts now. We passed by the centrum. But yeah, it looks like... We'll see. Let's see. Look at that. That's weird. It's so weird. Look at that map. And look at how the truck... The gas station and the truck stop. Actually, all the overlays are moving like that. Weird. I think my GPS is bugging out. Yeah, even here it's doing that. That is so weird. Have you guys seen that before? Or am I just getting dizzy on my own? It's so strange. Here it's all good though. Okay. First time I've seen that ever. I wonder if it's a mod conflict or whatnot. Nice foggy lights here. This is where we're delivering, I think. Freya, probably. Yeah, sure looks like it. Yeah, that's the one. Over here. There's a blinking light in here. Oh, this is a railroad crossing actually. Nice. Yeah, we passed by a couple of railroad crossings as well a while ago. Here we are. Thankfully it's not as skimpy. I'm going to need to open the window, so keep your jackets on. Oh, there's the reefer control unit. It is on. Nice. You can actually see it when you're turning. Yeah, I think I remember Jacob telling that to me as well. That's one way of checking if your reefer is still good. When you make your turn like this and you start seeing the corners of the reefer, you get to have a glimpse of the control unit in there. A tricky thing. Good. Why is that reflecting yellow? Weird. Okay. Anyway. Right, that looks good. It's a bit too much. I think we can still correct. We have space here. Yes, we do. Yeah, rip cone. Wait, apparently we don't. Apparently we don't. What did I hit? Interesting. I hit something. Oh, there is something there. What is that? Okay. Yeah, that's tricky. We'll have to straighten here a bit first. There we go. And then turn. Okay. No problem. Good. Ah, sorry. Like garbage bins or whatnot. Okay, no one tell I kind of nicked. It's probably a big hole in one of those bins by now. No one tell. No one saw nothing, okay? No one saw anything. There we go. Okay, I think he's accepting that already. Yeah, it looks good. Good. Not straight as sparking. We'll take it. And yeah, sorry guys, lots of night driving in these episodes because that's the way it is. It's winter. So looking forward to spring so we can get some better daytime driving. I think by now, especially those who live in these areas. Oh, level 16, nice. Cool. Yeah, I think by now you guys are mostly fed up with winter, huh? Those who have it. And you're happy to get it done with, I can imagine. So let me know when spring starts and I'll switch it right back our season. Anyway, thanks for watching. And yes, hopefully the FFB settings help you out and let me know how it goes for you. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and clumsy trucking. Bye-bye.